I looked up zero-based budgeting last night. It sounds like you have to account for every single dollar you spend. Like, every dollar.
That's exactly what it is.
That sounds exhausting. Who has time to track every dollar they spend?
You're not tracking every dollar after you spend it. You're assigning every dollar before you spend it. Those are completely different things.
What's the difference?
Tracking is looking backward. Assigning is looking forward. One tells you where money went. The other decides where it's going before it gets a chance to go anywhere else.
So it's less about watching your spending and more about planning it in advance.
Exactly. You make the decisions once, at the start of the month, when you're calm and thinking clearly. Then you just follow the plan you already made.
That actually sounds less exhausting than I thought.
Most good money systems do. Once you understand what they're actually asking, there is a moment that most people who try to manage money have experienced at least once. You check your account balance 2 weeks into the month. The number is lower than you expected. You try to reconstruct where the money went. A dinner here, a few online orders there, a bill you forgot was scheduled. And the math never quite adds up to an answer you feel good about. You know you spent it. You just cannot fully account for it, and the month still has 2 weeks left. This is not a willpower problem. This is not an income problem. This is what happens when money moves without a plan. The solution is not to track more carefully after the fact. The solution is to make the decision before the money moves at all. That is the entire foundation of zero-based budgeting. Not tracking. Not reviewing. Pre-deciding. Jesse Meckham built the YNAB. You need a budget. System around one rule that sounds simple and turns out to change everything. Give every dollar a job. Not most dollars. Every single dollar. Before the month begins, every dollar of your take-home income gets assigned to a specific category with a specific purpose. Rent gets a dollar amount. Groceries get a dollar amount. Your emergency fund gets a dollar amount. The money you allow yourself for dining out gets a dollar amount with a hard ceiling attached to it. The car registration coming in 3 months gets a small portion set aside right now. By the time you are finished, the math reaches zero. Not zero in your bank account, but zero unassigned dollars. This is where most people misunderstand the method. Zero-based budgeting does not mean spending every dollar you earn down to nothing. It means every dollar has been intentionally placed somewhere. Rent, groceries, emergency savings, a vacation you are building toward, an extra debt payment. Zero unassigned is the goal. Zero in your checking account would be a crisis. These are completely different outcomes. Dave Ramsey frames it this way: a budget is not a restriction on your spending. It is a decision about spending made in advance, when you are thinking clearly and the money is not yet burning a hole in your account. Zero-based budgeting takes that principle further than any other method. It plans everything, which means when the moment arrives and you want an unplanned purchase, you already know exactly how much room exists. Step 1. Find your take-home income for the month. Your net pay, the actual dollar amount deposited after taxes, Social Security, and automatic retirement deductions. If you are paid bi-weekly, most months have 2 paychecks and 2 months have 3. Use the 2-paycheck month as your planning baseline. Do not build your regular budget around a 3-paycheck month, or you will be short 10 months out of 12. Step 2. Assign your fixed expenses first. The non-negotiables, bills that come out at the same amount every month regardless of what else is happening. rent, utilities, phone, internet, car payment, insurance, minimum required payments on any outstanding debt. These go in first because they are committed. They are not negotiable this month. Step 3. Assign your variable necessities. Groceries. Look at what you actually spent over the last 2 or 3 months and use a realistic average, not the optimistic number you wish were true. Gas. Household supplies. Medical expenses you know are coming. Estimate them honestly using real history, not wishful thinking. Step 4. Assign your savings before your wants. This sequence matters more than almost anything else in the method. Your emergency fund contribution, even if it is $25 this month, goes in before the dining out category gets any money. Your savings assignment is not what is left over at the end. It is a bill you pay to your future self before the optional spending begins. The Federal Reserve has documented for years that a large share of American households cannot absorb a $400 unexpected expense from savings without borrowing. This one habit, savings before wants, consistently applied, is what separates people who build financial stability from people who stay stuck at the same place year after year. Step 5. Assign your wants. Whatever is left after fixed expenses, variable necessities and savings goes into flexible spending categories: dining out, entertainment, clothing, subscriptions, personal spending, hobbies. Every category gets a dollar ceiling, not a suggestion, not a rough target, a ceiling. When you hit the dining out ceiling mid-month, that category is done. Because you made the decision when you were thinking clearly, not when you were tired and hungry. Step 6. Reach 0. Add up every category. Subtract from your take-home income. If positive, unassigned dollars remain, give them a job, extra savings, extra debt payment, or a sinking fund for a known future expense. A sinking fund is a dedicated category for something coming: car repair, holiday gifts, annual insurance premium. If negative, find a want category where the ceiling comes down without making the month unlivable. The first month will not be perfect. This is not a warning. It is the most important thing to accept before you start. Most people quit after the first disruption, believing the disruption means the method failed. It did not. You will underestimate groceries. A forgotten bill will appear. An unexpected expense will land in an unprepared category. These things mean the method is working because now you can see exactly where the disruption happened. George Clason, whose 1926 book, The Richest Man in Babylon, remains one of the most widely read personal finance books ever written, observed that the discipline is not in following a plan without interruption. The discipline is in continuing after the plan gets disrupted, which it always does for everyone in every month. The correction is the skill. The correction is what you are building. Here is what zero-based budgeting does that no other method quite replicates. It eliminates the low-grade financial anxiety that runs quietly in the background of most people's days. When every dollar has already been assigned, those questions already have answers before you need them. You check the category balance, make the decision in 3 seconds. No uncertainty, no second guessing, no background calculation. Morgan Housel writes in The Psychology of Money that the highest form of wealth is not a large account balance. It is the ability to wake up every morning and feel in control of what happens next. Financial control, not financial perfection, is what produces that feeling. Zero-based budgeting is a system for building that control at any income level. And here is what surprises almost everyone who runs their first full zero-based budget month. It is the least restrictive method in practice, not the most. Because when you reach your dining out category and it still has $70 available, you spend those $70 without a moment of hesitation. The decision was made when the budget was built. The money was already yours to spend on that. That is not restriction. That is freedom with a foundation. Your next paycheck is coming. Before it arrives, open a notebook, a spreadsheet, the YNAB app, or a simple piece of paper and write one line for every place your money is supposed to go this month. Assign it all the way to zero. Then follow the plan you made when you were calm and thinking ahead. Not the impulses that appear when the money is in your account and the month is wide open in front of you. Every dollar. A job before the month begins. That is the whole thing.
So I make all the spending decisions at the start of the month, not in the moment. Voice. Female. Right. You're calm, you have the full picture, and you decide everything up front. So when I'm in a store wondering if I can afford something, I just check the category balance.
And it already has the answer. The money is either there or it isn't. No mental math required.
That sounds so much less stressful than what I've been doing.
Which is what?
Checking my account balance and hoping the math somehow works out by the end of the month.
The balance doesn't know what's already committed. The budget does.
I feel like I've been trying to navigate without a map for years.
Most people are. The map just takes about an hour to draw, and then you just update it every month.
1 hour. That's it.
1 hour of planning buys you 30 days of not wondering where the money went.